Mark 85. Yes, I am in the car again, heading up to the cabin for about 3 days or so. I've got a long list of things I want to get done up there. But first, we're going to take a little detour. We're going out to Roaring Springs, Pennsylvania first. And we're going out there to see Jim and Amy. Yeah, that's Sheriff Jim. They are getting married today, and I'm heading out to the reception. And going to be there this afternoon and celebrate their new life together. And then I'll be heading up to the cabin tomorrow, staying in Duncansville tonight. And tomorrow morning, we'll head up to the cabin. But for now, we'll go see Jim and Amy, and we'll probably take a few pictures there. We'll leave the camera in my pocket, as they say. I don't want to invade anyone's privacy out there. But I have a feeling this may be a long one, so better grab a beverage of your choice, maybe a snack or two, sit back and enjoy. Back on the road again this morning, Sunday morning. It's about 8 o'clock or so, 8 a.m. And we're heading to the cabin, be there about 10:30ish or so, 10:17 according to the GPS here. And we'll see a lot of heavy wind yesterday. And we'll see if any trees are down. I'm going to have to get out and cut anything as we go up the cabin road there. So we shall see in about 2 hours and 15 minutes or so. So that's not too bad of a drive. So let's get up there. Let's get to the cabin. Did have a very nice time last night or yesterday afternoon at Jim and Amy's reception, and appreciate them inviting me out. And it was great to see them and wishing them all the best, that's for sure. So let's get up to the cabin, and we'll be there before you know it. 5 hens over there, turkey hens. There was a lot of rain damage up here due to that tropical storm, Hurricane Debbie, that came through about a month ago. And I kind of wanted to go this way, see what kind of damage there was. And I see there's quite a bit of road washout and drains being replaced and put in. So we're going to have to check out the cabin and see if there's anything that happened up that way, tree came down or whatever. So yeah, it was pretty tough for the people up here. Take a look at a few of these pictures here. Yeah, they had a lot of rain, 5, 6, 7, 8 inches up this way, and I know Pine Creek I saw the crest was like 10 feet above normal height, so that's incredible. So I said just a few more minutes and we'll be there. About 10:30, 10:15, I am here at the cabin. It's about 50 out, and it actually feels chillier in there. The thermometer isn't working. I'll have to check that, but it feels like it's a couple degrees colder than actually in the cabin. So open a window up or two, get some sun in there, and as you can see, I'm getting hit by the sun now, so it's going to warm up. So I got a lot of stuff to bring in, a little bit of a refresh for the cabin. Some of the stuff inside is going to be taken out, minor things, but and a couple new additions or changes, and it's going to be pretty nice. We'll be doing a few of those things today, I think. Little cabin refresh, and I got some game cameras I want to swap some batteries out with, so that's going to be kind of the thing today. Got some good stuff to cook up this evening. I got a list of things that I want to see if I can get done over the next few days, and and relax and just take it easy a bit and enjoy the weather up here. And like I said, very nice, 50 degrees. That's pretty darn nice. So I'm going to get some of this stuff unpacked, and we'll see what's going on inside. Thermometer, I'll still have to check that out. I think it says offline again, or does it say 50? No, it says 51 now. 51 in, 56 out. So, well, part of this refresh, well, these rugs are starting to wear out. Senior got these, I think, at Cabela's a long time ago. I know he paid a lot of money for them. But as you can see, they're starting to wear out, and that stuff's getting all over the place. So I have a couple new rugs in the Jeep out there. And over here, yeah, that's a Vizio Soundbar and surround sound system that I'm going to be putting up under the TV. And that shelf, I have a new shelf. So you can see it's kind of lopsided there in the center, so I have a new one. And we'll see what we'll do with the TV cables. I may just run them through the wall and then put them out the bottom so you don't even see them. Not sure yet. Over here, kitchen area, I got a nice mat over here that Mrs. Rook got. As a matter of fact, I think I can put that down. Let's go get it. And there we go. This is a nice one of those thick rubber mats right in front of the cook stove there. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to be making a coffee right now. But thanks to Mrs. Rook, that's really one of those nice, almost 2-inch thick ones. Now this rug right here, this one's going to go too. So I'm going to be swapping some rugs out. Have that surround sound system to put in, and the shelf. And I think that's going to be today's tasks, along with cooking some Cornish Game Hens this afternoon. But first, I need a coffee, because that hotel coffee, and I didn't get one on the way. And so I'm going to have a coffee, and then I'm going to do, I think, 3 game cameras. I got to do some swap outs, battery swap outs, etc. We'll get to some of those other things tomorrow and Tuesday. So I will be here until Wednesday morning, September 11th. We'll talk about that later. But let's get this coffee on and get the game cameras done and get this cabin refresh all done. Oh boy, out here on the deck, it is pretty nice out here. A little bit windy today, and boy, it was windy at the reception yesterday. There's a couple times when gusts went through and plates and everything went flying, so that was too bad for that, but like I said, very nice reception. Just enjoying a little Lavazza coffee right now, looking over the work that I did back in June, the end of June. And you can see some of those ferns have come back, not as tall. And there's a separation right here. You can see the new ones are kind of light green, the old ones are this darker green. And they've come back a little bit, but the field is down definitely more than it was, and it still looks a lot better. Over that way you can see that bright patch of light green. They were ones I all cut down, but they've come back a little bit. But as you can see, the thick stuff that's past it, that's really what we have to get out of here next, is that stuff. And hopefully I'll have some volunteers next year to maybe give me a hand with some of that. Yeah, I cut one of the paths going down this way a little bit, and I think from coming in I could see that it was still, the grass was down on that, so that's good. The grass in the driveway was down. Usually it's about 2 feet by this time of year, and now it was down to nothing, so just a couple inches, so that was good. Well, I'm just going to enjoy this coffee for a bit. I'm going to get a game camera out that I want to do an update on, and software update, and then I'll get up the field over here, one back this way, and the one over that way, and we'll get them all. Fresh batteries. I got some lithiums for some of them, and regulars for others. The stealth cam, what was it, the Scepter? I got these at Walmart the end of last year, hunting season. They were really cheap, and they don't take the best pictures, but like I said, I don't know how many times I said it, I'm not submitting these to National Geographic, so it doesn't matter. I put these lithium in here because they seem to be pretty hard on the battery. Not sure how long that update's going to take. In the meantime, I think I'll go down here, grab that camera, and because I have to do the same to that, I have to update it. Let's head up to the landing area and swap the batteries out up there too. I'm going to go up the trail that I see a lot of deer walking on with this game camera. This is one of the ones I cut in June. It goes right through here, 1 foot lip right in that area. That's why I didn't do some of these right here. I was afraid of the machine falling down into the dip here. I didn't want to break anything. So it went along through here. And this will take us right up to the landing area. Gosh, you can hardly see the cabin from here. We definitely have to get in there and get some of that stuff down. But this is where we, I used to do those shooting videos way back in the day. Had our table set up over here. And I think our range, I forget what side of that tree, I think it was over on this side. And I had brought the mower down here one time and cut all this stuff out, but it's growing all back in. And we just really need to get this all cleaned back out again. It's been 15 years since we originally did it, back in 2009. And now this has just come back way too hard. But you can see the trail. What I cut is doing nicely. A lot of this stuff didn't come back up. Purposely left these branches right here, just in case deer wanted to make a scrape under that. Along with some of these others you see along here. And we're getting to the time of year. The velvet is falling off the antlers, and there'll be some mock scraping at this point. I saw that a lot down in Delaware when we had our one spot down near the border in Delmar. You come there in September and you would see them starting all over the place. Just small ones, but starts. Did this with the bush hog up here. Didn't show you this, but did all this. Cut all this out here. Back over there, that'll go back to our driveway. And this is just an old entrance that we don't want people to be driving four-wheelers on, so that's why we got some logs in there. Not big ones, they could go right over them, but I cut all this too. I guess I didn't show you this, but then you'll see the brighter green starting right in here is where I put some clover. So deer come out of here all the time. This leads down into the bottom section. We have our stands down that way, and over this way to the landing area. Well, here's the landing area. This did better than I ever thought it would do, and they are in here constantly. Now, no bucks in here, and I've seen a couple of videos, and they say the bucks just don't like to be next to the road, or they see the logs like this and they think it's unnatural, and so we'll see what happens. I have a feeling once those does start getting in heat, it doesn't matter where they are. They could be downtown Wellsboro. They'll be chasing them. This is where we were putting the minerals on top of. And of course, not going to do anything now because we're too close to the season. Can't do it in PA. And we'll just leave that like that and start again next spring. I just wish the bucks would find it and start hitting it too. There's a camera. That one's a Spy Point Flex, I think. And the Flex and the two stealth cams need the lithiums because they go through the batteries quick. And I don't know why, if it's because it has two SIM cards in it and it's trying to just go to both of them all the time. I'm not sure why, but definitely need lithiums in those. So I'll get those swapped out. A little of this, it actually looks like raspberry growing up, but I think I was getting a few false flashes off of the camera. I'll get that cleaned out too. It's not much, but I still think that it's helped those deer all summer long, spring and summer long. So as much as I've seen them in here, and again, one of these days we'll get that out behind the cabin cleared out and try to turn it into the same thing. Should have had Dewey push some of this stuff back and made it a little bit bigger, but hindsight's 20/20, isn't it? All right, let's get down the road here. We'll get back to the cabin, get over to that other game camera. As usual, our rock over here should be right there. You can see the spot it normally is. And Bear flips that over every once in a while, see if he can find something underneath of it. Looks like I'll have to take that home maybe next spring. Give that a redo again. I don't know how many years ago I did it. 5 at least. Maybe 6 or 7 at this point. The brown looks in good shape. The black seems to be coming down though. So, yeah, I think I'll do that again. In the spring though, I'm not going to take it home now. Nah, I don't feel like taking it home. Got enough to do here. Coming up, whatever that may be. Now, unfortunately, we got a dead tree right here next to the cabin. And I talked to the logger about that. That's one of the ones that Gypsy Moss got. I wish he would have taken that down for us. That would have been easy for him to do. But it is leaning away, so it's okay. The only bad thing is you can see what happens. All the branch pieces start breaking off of it. Here's the other trail I cut out with the bush hog. And this is actually pretty nice too. Growing in on the sides, but normally this floor has been up pretty high, so did a good job on that. Here's our stump. Not much of a stump left. I'm not sure if I want to go ahead and create a new spot or not. Let me know what you think, if I should just keep going here. If that stump's about worn out, pick a new one, or keep going on this spot. Again, this is the spy point, the ones that everybody gets mad at because they don't work. And this one has worked and worked and worked, and it's not hard on batteries. So I know they have their flaws, but they have the good points too. You can see the bugs have made a nest in it, and then they get over the lens. But I'll get this cleaned up and get the batteries changed. I swapped out 4 camera batteries, and I have them in a bag here. Here they are. Oops, here they are right here. 24, 30, 32 of them in there. I will take those home, and I definitely recycle those. I know recycling, I know you want to do it. It's the right thing to do, but I've read some things that it's not as economical and planet saving as they say. It's not that I'm going to stop doing it. Definitely taking these home. This is the kind of stuff, batteries like that, you don't want that in the soil. You want to get them to a proper recycling spot. But just wanted to let you know, just show you that I do bring all these batteries home. I'll probably be swapping out the batteries in my lamp over my bed. That's another 3 Ds, and I think I'm bringing all this home, and I usually take them up to the waste facility near the house and drop them in the proper spot there, the recycle center. Swapped out the batteries, as a matter of fact, to the clock. So 61 in and 60 out. So it looks like for some reason that battery was having some issues, and the time won't show until the Denver atomic clock sends out a signal, and 2 o'clock in the morning or something like that, or not sure when that's going to sync, but that will eventually. I thought I might have to get a new clock. That one has been here for, I'd have to say 25 years. It's still working perfectly. So, hey, props to the clock. But it's time for a little refresh. Say goodbye to these rugs over here. Senior, we'll see if you like the ones that I got, but I know you wouldn't appreciate the what it's doing as far as all the stuff that's falling off, and they're getting kind of thin. So let's get this swapped out. That rug deteriorated. You can certainly see the mess it's making. I'll get that cleaned up. Get this other one out of here, and get the picnic table to move, etc. So something good to do before dinner. This one's got a nice red wine stain on there. There's 3 people that drank wine up here. The ladies, when they were up here, Steve-O, and Senior used to drink wine. Well, we know it wasn't Senior, because one, he would have either cleaned it or replaced the rug. That was him. He wouldn't have left it like that. But whatever, doesn't matter to me. Didn't hurt the rug, it just had a stain on it, which... And here is rug 1. It's the deer one. It's got some deer in the corners. Be good for under the picnic table, and color matches the cabin pretty nice. So we'll get the picnic table back on, see what it looks like. That one blends in, that's for sure. Barely know it's there, but you will know it's there when you're sitting there with slippers or socks on, and you don't have that bare wood. So that one went good. That was Ollie's purchase. Got that there, Friendly Neighborhood Ollie's. Yeah, let's get this other one down. That's a pretty nice one. And here's our second one. This one is pretty nice. I got this one on Amazon. 46 bucks. I don't think that's bad for $46.50 to be fair. This one's pretty nice. So little cabin refresh. We got our 2 new rugs, and I think it's going to be on to the sound bar and the shelf over there next. Get my list and scratch a couple things off here. We got our time back. Time and temp, 303.65 in, 61 out. And we're over here. I just took the shelf down. Here we got the Vizio. I don't know if it's 5 series or V series 5.1 soundbar with subwoofer. That unboxing now. And let's get this apart, and that's the first thing I gotta get set up over there. It looks like I'm gonna have to put the soundbar piece on hold, just because I can't get to the back of the TV without taking the TV off of the wall hanger over there, and I can't do that alone. So I think this is gonna have to wait till the guys come in, which is fine as soon as we get a couple people to get the TV off and plug the right things in there, because I cannot get my hand up in there. You know, it happens. Best laid plans, as they say. I still think I'm going to put the new shelf in there, leave room for the sound bar, and put the shelf a little bit down below it. So that'll still work. I'm going to do that. And then I'm getting hungry because I didn't have lunch, so it looks like it's almost chicken time here. Or Cornish Game Hens. Well, prepping tonight's dinner. Yeah, we got the Rock Cornish Game Hen. Got 2 of those, as a matter of fact. So I'm going to cook one, have it Tuesday. Cook one, have it tonight. And we got a little truffle olive oil, a little buttery poultry, and some Cuban blend. Maybe go with a Cuban cigar I have this time while I'm up here. So I'm going to get these out. I'm going to slather them up with the olive oil. You see the lemons there. I'm going to put the lemon inside, keep everything juicy, and get some seasoning on these babies, and then they'll get onto the grill. It's heating up now. The smoke bag there, give a little smoky flavor to them. And here they are, looking good. Let's put them on. All right, I should have had some string and tied them shut. I forgot the twine, the butcher's twine. Get those legs should have been closed up on there, but nothing I can do at this point. Probably 45 minutes to an hour at least. Oh, you can see that smoking bag. Boy, that thing is smoking. There they are. It's been about 20 minutes or so. But looking good. Looking good. A lot of sizzling going on. Well, this is black truffle butter, some green beans there. Gonna go ahead and put that truffle butter on there, a little salt. Once I think the Cornish Game Hens are getting close, I'll go ahead and put this on, and some potatoes to go with it too. I'm cooking in the front. And we got some deer out there in the field. Looks like a nice big doe. And I thought I saw two fawns over there. Nice. Little visitor, different time visitor. Bathed in orange, aren't I? Yeah. She's still there. She's a little curious what's going on this way. Probably have about another 15, 20 minutes on the game hens. So just about time to get the beans and the potatoes on there. Take a peek. Oh, looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. With the string beans over here, potatoes up over there. About 10 minutes or so, 12 minutes, come out and check on it. Last time I checked, there was chickens were up to about 135, so they got to go about another 30, 25-ish or so. Get up to about 160, 165. So that's where we're at. We're almost dinner time. You getting hungry? Yeah, here's the new Arctic cooler I got. This one is the ultralight model, the 52 quart, what it is, and put a couple stickers on it. I'll get a couple more, but that Igloo, the Robo, was just too heavy, and it was even too heavy for me to get out of the basement almost. And this is a lot lighter. So far, ice is doing good. Probably that right there is one thing that's not quite as good as the Igloo as far as holding it shut. I think a bear would be able to get in there, where the Igloo was a little tough. And then the inside, you see the ice and Brussels for tomorrow. And I put my light in here, but pretty nice inside. Got a nice beer cooling down in there for me too. So yeah, the Arctic, yeah, pretty good so far. I like it. I think we're ready here. Oh yeah. Oh, look at that. That looks pretty good. I'm hungry. There, well, they're steaming. All right. Let's get this on the plate. All right. 2 Cornish Game Hens, one for now, one for Tuesday. Potatoes, beans, Samuel Adams porch rocker. That'll go good with the lemon inside of the Cornish Game Hens. So let's get this plated up, snap a pick, and eat. Well, that was a good dinner. That rock hen turned out better than I ever thought it would. Really ended up turning out good. Potatoes and string beans hit the spot. Little dessert, little strawberry raspberry fig Newton. So I'm going to kick back. I'm going to watch a movie. I think I'm going to watch Tarantino's latest, maybe. Was that Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? Saw it once, but I wanted to see it again to pick up some of the stuff. Just finishing off that dinner beer here, and I think I'm going to grab. I think I got an pre-made old-fashioned out there in the cooler. I think I'm going to grab that. In case you were wondering about that last video, and the movie that I had watched, that was Bullitt, Steve McQueen. And Bullitt was his last name, but they also kind of say it that the Mustang is the Bullitt version of the Mustang. And I liked it. I've seen it a couple times as far as in a used car lot. And yeah, it piqued my interest a few times. Never ended up doing anything about it, but certainly piqued my interest. And yeah, I thought the movie was good, held your attention, and held up pretty well for the aging. I think it was 68, so it was quite a few years ago. So like I said, I'm going to kick back with the beer here, grab an old fashioned, and watch a little movie this evening. It was a good day. Some success, a little bit of a failure with the sound bar. That was a disappointment. And like I said, I just can't get in behind the TV to plug the wires in. And it looks like we may have to run some wires from different, like the HDMI cables, even the power cable for the TV. We may have to run that a little bit differently because it kind of comes right down off of it. And I'd rather not sit that sound bar right there on the cabinet there. I'd rather have it mounted up right at the TV level. So I think that will be maybe a deer camp if Sean or Mike doesn't get to it sooner. I think Mike's coming up with some buddies at some point, and I think Sean wants to try to get back out this way. Not sure if he can or not, but if not, maybe deer camp. I'll bring a drill will drill a hole through the wall right there and feed the cable down and then come out down the bottom so you won't even see it. Enough of that, and swig of beer, little movie. We'll catch you in the morning. Hey, button up, throw an extra thing on. I think we're at 56 now, 65 in the cabin here. And it's probably going to get a little chilly. I'll probably grab a little sweater, jacket, or something like that soon. Hey, morning to you. Got a little chilly last night, didn't it? Down into the 48, 47, 48 this morning. And a nice balmy 59 in the cabin. I only had the gas heater on, I think, 1.5, and kept it right at 59, which as far as sleeping wise, that's nothing wrong with 59 when you're under a flannel sheet and quilt, huh? You put an extra blanket on yourself last night, maybe? But yeah, it was a good sleeping night. Relaxed a little bit. The sleeping in a hotel is always a little tough, which I did on Saturday night because you're not used to it and the sounds and everything like that. So just out here on the deck this morning, fixed a nice pour over coffee and what is this, Lavazza Espresso, and it's good. It's a good cup, a good pour over. I think I found the right mix of everything. And if you do the pour over, there's a bit of an art to it. You just can't throw the coffee in there and dump the water on top and think it's going to come out. There's a bit of an art form to it, and believe it or not, I think I watched 3, 4, 5 videos on how to do a pour over. And yeah, I don't go as far as like weighing everything out like they do, but getting the exact temperature of the water. But you know, I follow along a little bit, and it turns out pretty good. I think Steve tried to make one a couple years last year or the year before, and he said, "Oh, it was okay." I'll be like, well, I'm sure that's what happened. He just threw the stuff in and dumped the water on top, and probably came out a little weak, and that's what happens. Yeah, that's good. Cooked up this, what do we got? Bagel, Havarti cheese, egg, and bacon spam this morning. Little sandwich. Here it is frying up. And we get the bagels toasted, spam frying. Put the egg down into the ring, had it in a nice circle there, just the perfect size for the bagel, and then finished it up. This good sandwich. It was a good breakfast. So I don't have a ton planned for today. I do want to get down into the woods here, since I've been saying that a couple times and I never seem to get down there. But today looks like the day. I think it's supposed to be partly sunny, and but it doesn't seem like there was any real big dew last night, so it's not going to be wet down in there at all as far as the grass or anything walking down. And I'll probably stay on most of the trails anyway, but I'm going to go down there, try to put a licking branch out. And I've never done that before. This will be my first attempt, and we'll see how that works. I'm going to stop at my stand first on the way. I'm going to bring a camera down to put over that branch, and then go down a little bit farther to Mike's stand, stop at mine, check things out, see if there's any bees in it or anything like that, and then I'm going to try to get my chair in there tomorrow. I'd rather try to get it in now and then not have to wait for like the Friday before the season starts and then haul that thing down. So I'll check that. Maybe I'll bring a tape measure, measure the door and stuff like that, see if I get that chair through without having to take the arms off. That was that gray chair I've been sitting on a little bit. So that will make that stand very, very comfortable, and I think I'll be able to put some extra time in down there, which would be nice. Almost 9 now. Well, speaking of the time, take a look at this clock in here. I guess I spoke too soon about the old clock over here, because it's 19, I don't know what that is. Looks like the temperatures are working okay, but the date is 9/39. Monday's correct, but 9/39, so September 39th. I guess we just got rid of a month and I didn't realize it, or 2. Don't know which 2. I know if I yelled out a couple, I'd probably get somebody's birthday and insult them. So it looks like a new clock is on the horizon here. Didn't look good, did it? So I guess the clock is starting to break down after all this time. I did reset it again, and we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens by the time I leave. a couple days from now, and if it's working or not. If not, I'll put one on my Sam's list or Amazon list or whatever list. Just a nice simple battery clock. I want to. We're already taxing the power as it is here with the bigger TV and a few other things, so I want to make sure it's just a nice simple battery operated clock with time and temp. So I'm going to wait a little bit, probably 40 minutes or so, and then I'm going to head down. We'll see how I make out with the licking branch. Seems like I can't get away from rain or showers when I'm up here. Of course, it was supposed to, the forecast, sunny every day, and a little cloud had to come through, and it's spitting out there right now. But I know it's going to be gone in about 40 minutes or so. So what I think I'm going to do, I have the shelf that I took down, the small shelf. Oh, where is it at here? Find a spot over here for it, get those bags out of the way, and try to get some of that junk that's up here on this counter, if you want to call it a counter or such. Maybe get some of that soap kind of things and get it down under there, which would be good. So that should be just like a 20-minute project or so, maybe a little bit longer, sorting things out. But something to do. We'll just wait for that rain to pass. I'll get dressed and get down that woods. It's not going to be rain, super heavy rain. Everything's going to be wet, so it'll be fine down there. A little bit more room up there. Anything we can get. I mean, that's our only counter space, so anything that we can get, the better. And you can see we got the shelf under there. And if the guys don't like it, 2 screws and it's gone. So no big deal. But no, them guys, they don't care. The sunglasses on, so that's a good sign. So it's time to get into the woods and get that licking branch set up and get a camera set up on it. Try to get a mock scrape in there. Again, never tried it, but hey, well, why not try it? So I got to stop at the stand first. I got my wasp spray just in case, and got the tape measure with me, so we'll get down there, get a rake. Bring that with me, and let's go. You know, there's a new log right across my trail here. Looks like a maple. Or is that an oak? No, that's an oak. Kind of looks like it just rotted off. It looks rotted in the center there. Oh, probably that storm, I would say, because it looked like there's still some live branches on there. So I would say that storm, the tropical storm Debbie that came up this way, probably pushed this down. I don't remember this one either. This one is still alive, right over the trail, with some branches hanging down. And hey, there's my stand. There's the branches hanging down. Maybe if I get lucky, maybe a buck will want to make a scrape right here. I guess I could start one, if you know what I mean. And here we are. Camera there. That's been doing pretty good. I get a lot of shots down here. A lot of deer go right under that ladder over there. No bees. So I didn't need my wasp spray, but it looks like we have a old bird's nest here. I think I'm going to clear this out, kind of make it a mess a little bit. That's right where I put my rifle at too. I'm shooting down this lane right here. I've seen some go through there. And just put a rope in here, down, and as you can see, I'll be able to get my pack up and down easier. Less chance of slipping on the ladder or anything like that. Probably should have done that last year, but that's okay. All right, let's get to this bird's nest here. Well, that's out. Sorry to do it. As a matter of fact, I almost brought a birdhouse up to put up around the cabin this time. And could have made a 1-for-1 swap, but maybe I'll bring one up next spring or 2 to make up for this. You know, I was mentioning yesterday, one disadvantage of never coming and checking your camera, or having to check your camera. You can see it here. See all these spider webs? The nighttime pictures end up looking like this. Well, let's get this cleaned off. Batteries changed. All right, camera's ready. And Let's go down through this way. I do see a lot of deer traveling through here to get down to that other trail down there. We'll see in a minute. Here's our other trail. It goes up this way. It meets at a Y with mine. There is some clover in here. I did put some clover down last year. Looks like a lot of grass has grown up. I'm sure they're in here hitting this grass too. This has got to be a spot. This is probably a good spot to do a little something. Getting some sun right here. But let's go down this way and we'll get down near Mike's. There's Mike's stand. And just looking for a spot. It's right up in here is where those deer travel a lot. They're always traveling through this area. And there's a trail up there, actually like a four-wheeler trail. They run that also, but they also run down in through here. Mike's seen them a lot in this way. Here's a nice tree right here with a nice bend, and I can hang a rope from up there and down. I'll clear a lot of this stuff out right here as much as I can, all this small stuff down to the very nub, and hang it right from there. I also have to find a nice branch that I want to use, about 5 feet long, about 1.5 inches or so in diameter. Cleared out all the little saplings that were coming up. Try to get at least a deer's body width. There might be a couple more back here I should take out, and then I'll hang our branch, and then I'll scrape up the ground here with the rake and leave it deposit. Now here's my branch I'm going to use right here. It's about 5.5 foot or so, and I put a little notch right there just so when I tie the rope on it won't slip off. Kind of notch it in there a little bit. Now here we go right here. Got it tied up, and I have it between those two branches, so if they move it, it won't fall down. It might drop a little bit, but that's it. You know, 3-4 inches. I think that's okay. And then over here tied up to the tree. So licking branch. I'll clear the area here. I got a little special something to put on the branch, a little Evercom from Justin from Delco. We'll see that in a minute too. Well, here it is, Evercom, and it's supposed to be a really just a scent that keeps the ears calm, and my scent's all over the place here, and it will be. But this is, he said this works great. Well, I guess there's some pheromones or something in there that just calms them down. So I'm going to put a little bit on the stick, a little bit on the ground, get the camera set up, and we'll get out of here. Almost looks like stick deodorant. I'll put a little on there, maybe a little on this rock. Yeah, Justin, appreciate it. Well, licking branch task is finished. Got my camera up over here, spin around, and there's our licking branch. So we'll, again, first time I've ever done it. Not sure if I'm doing it right spot, etc. But now, gotta start somewhere. I'll grab my jacket and rake and get out of here. And I'm not sure if you could see it, but right in through here, that is a heavily used deer trail. Through here and into those pines that I was talking about that they hang around in. Licking branches right over that direction. And through the trees is Mike's stand right over there. So I'm hoping that they're going to find that and start using it. And if you're wondering why I did it over there near Mike's stand, well, he hasn't gotten the deer, and I want him to get one. I've gotten plenty, and I want him to get one, so that's why I'm doing it over there. And they say probably only do one per property, and that's where it's going. So we'll see how it does. Maybe I'll learn a few things. I put this up on the 9th, and here it is, the 11th, and we have a small 6-point, but it's hitting it. Doe and a fawn, and another doe, and then lastly another doe at night. I probably could have lowered this a little bit, maybe a foot or so. Getting on dinner time, and I'm hungry. No lunch today. Had the breakfast, skipped lunch, and let's get on to some short ribs tonight. Now, normally I probably reverse sear these, but I think this time I'm going to sear them and then actually put them on the colder side of the grill. I have that Smoke'ems from yesterday. Looks like this, Smoke'ems. What it feels like to me is there's pellets in there. It's almost like if you were doing a pellet grill. And you put it on the hot side as you're warming it up. It takes 10-15 minutes to get it going. You know, I used it a little bit for the chicken last night, or the Cornish Game Hens, and now I'm going to go ahead and use it for these short ribs. So the first thing I'm going to do is take a look at the short ribs and see if there's any silver skin on the top that needs to be cut off, because that makes it, you know, you can have a nice rib if you get rid of that. Well, I got these at Haas in Dover, and they did a pretty good job about cleaning that silver skin off the top. I got some at Walmart a couple weeks ago to test out this recipe, and that was not cleaned off on the top. These are, and this is another right down to that meat, a little bit of fat there. So these are actually set and ready to go. Don't have to do anything. Like yesterday, I'm going to go ahead and put some of the truffle oil on them, the truffle olive oil. And then I'm going to go look around in the cabinet and see what kind of seasoning we have. You don't have to do anything to this underside bone. You don't even eat that piece of it. So no need in taking any of that off. Nothing like you would like ribs. You don't need to do that like pork ribs. Yeah, I found the Emerald Essence over there in the closet and the cabinet. This was a brand new one. Just popped the paper off of this one. So we'll go ahead and go with the old Emerald. Pretty heavy on there. All right, we are ready. Let's go check our grill. Let's sear these up for a couple minutes. Not going to go too long on here. Just got some nice little bit of a sear on here. All right, that was 2 minutes. Whoops. Let's go the other way. Get that one. Ooh, it got dark. Same with that one. Take a peek here. Well, that looks pretty good to me. Put the side there for a second. How about this one? Oh, yeah. Same with that. A little crosshatch. Just going to give it a couple secs on each side here. About 30 seconds on each side. Not going to take long. It's pretty hot. There you go already. That's what I wanted. I'm not sure if it'll stand up or not. Oh, that was good. Nobody wants to stand up on that side. So we're going over here to the, this is actually the cool. I don't have anything on here at all. So I got them lined up bone side down here. There's the bone. I want to cook them on that bone. There you go. And I'm going to let them go to about like 180 or so. So it breaks that cartilage down in there. And that, trust me, that will not be overdone. It's a little Brussels tonight. And again, same thing, truffle oil. And well, we're going to go with Himalayan sea salt. garlic and black pepper. Stand by while I go throw this off the deck and make some compost out there. Well, here's our Brussels sprouts. Had some potatoes left over from last night. Got some of the truffle oil on them. Little Himalayan sea salt, black pepper, and garlic on them. Don't make a mess. Oh, they're looking good. The little one might get done first. We got some pullback. Look at that pullback from the bone there. That's always a good sign. Got to turn it on first. Yeah, we got about 140 on that one. And 127. Not quite 100 on that big one. So as I kind of thought, that little one was going to get done first, and I'll just pull him off and rest him. Yeah, let's take a look. Oh boy. Oh yeah. Really pulling away from that bone now. That bone over here. Nice. Look at that. Checking the temp right about that 170. So I'm going to take those two off. Put them on the tin foil. Get them over here. This is the nice warm side over here. Have those sitting over here to keep them warm, but let them rest for a little bit. Got the pan and Brussels and potatoes. We'll put them in, and I should just finish up at about everything at the same time. We'll have the sides on. A little bit more to go with this rib right there. That was the biggest, and I'll eat him last. Give those other guys a chance to rest, and then give that one a chance to rest. So we'll close this up. You shall see me plating up and eating. Out here on the deck after that great short rib dinner. Potatoes and Brussels and some. That was planted one tomato this year that a neighbor had given me. They didn't want to bother with it, so I said I'd take it and just put it in this spot. And I've gotten some cherry tomatoes off of it. It seemed like it was a hybrid, a yellow, orange, red type tomato. They're pretty good, pretty good. Well, speaking of pretty good, after that good meal, well, you got to sit out here on the deck. We're gonna just relax for a little bit, and I got a Pollo de Monterey from Habana. And yes, shout out to my brother for this one, Mark. He was on a cruise. I think they stopped in Mexico, and he went into a cigar shop, and he said it was a very nice cigar shop. It just wasn't like three guys on the side of the road kind of thing. He said it was real nice. And he picked up a couple Cubans for me, and I appreciate that. I think besides Backcountry Pipe, another Mark, sent down to me. I think that was the first one I had, and this will be the second. And I have one more for this. Not sure when I'm going to have it. It may be when we're down there in North Carolina hunting with my brother. So we're going to have a couple marks down there too. And that'll be good. That'll be coming up in towards the end of October. But right now, with it, yes, this is a martini glass. This is an espresso martini. Oh boy, does that hit the spot. Little sweetness in there. Perfect for after dinner. And the cigar, boy, that's going to go together well. So I am going to kick back here. Had a pretty productive day. Got a few things done that I wanted to get done. That licking branch or licking stick, whatever they call it. That took a little longer than I thought it was going to take, only because of the camera setup down there. And got a few other things done. Had a couple failures today, but I'm not going to go into them. But we'll see how that turns out. You know, things happen sometimes in life. Just things don't work out, and you deal with it. But there's nothing like sitting back here on the deck. Gonna enjoy the cigar again, Mark. Thanks a lot. I appreciate that. That nice martini there. That will go great. I'll just relax a little bit, kick back here, and just enjoy see if we can get anything to come by. Maybe a bear or another. Probably talking too much, but that's okay. Well, I'm going to go in and watch a movie in a little while after I sit out here for a bit. It's nice. May have some thunderstorms tonight. Not sure. We'll see. But going to watch a movie in a little bit and enjoy this nice cigar. So far, I've only gotten through a quarter-inch or so. Very good. Very blue smoke coming off, which is usually a good sign of a good cigar. The bluer the smoke, the better. And again, this it's martini, so cheers. Well, out here on the deck this morning, I'd have to look at my phone to see what the temperature is, but it's not chilly as like it was the first morning there. As a matter of fact, I didn't even turn the heater on last night. Got down to about 59 in there, which is, as far as I'm concerned, it was the same temperature when I had the heater running, so I didn't use any gas. Kept the same temperature, so that's good. I'll tell you what, it should be a fairly easy one if you want to take a guess at it. Again, if you want to, that's up to you. It certainly isn't a requirement. I don't require things. But here it is. See if you can guess this one. Actually had not seen this, so I think it was well done. A lot of smoking and a lot of drinking in it. Some of these movies sometimes I gotta wonder why they put so much emphasis on so much smoking and drinking. Now, of course, you see me smoking up here, but that's usually about the time that I smoke. I have a cigar or two at home, but not that much. So it's really when I'm up here is when you see me enjoying a cigar. Like I said, every once in a while at home, depending on the weather. But if it's too hot out there, I'm not sitting out there and sweating to smoke a cigar. The same breakfast as yesterday. I swapped it up a little bit. I kept the Spam on the side and had the bagel scrambled egg and cheese this time. Ate that and then had a couple pieces of scrap or some Spam along the way. And Spam is really not that bad. And you should have some in your house for emergency situation, just in case. If you like it, if you can tolerate it. This chair I'm sitting on, yeah, this is the one that I wanted to take down to the stand. I measured the door yesterday when I was down there. And it's close. I'd have to take the arms off and might even have to take the back off, which isn't a big deal. But I don't know if I just want to bring it down there myself and then have a failure as far as not being able to get it in the door and then having to carry the thing back up. That's just not going to happen. So I think I'm going to wait till when we have some gentlemen up here with us, and I'll get that down. And again, this is cloth. So I was kind of wondering, how it would do with the elements down there. And again, it's a chair it served its purpose over the years, many, many years. And I wouldn't throw it in the dump, but I also don't want to put it in the stand and it'd be ruined in a year. Well, it'll be a little bit light today. I am going to go down to the town. I'm going to bring those 2 rugs down to Goodwill. Somebody may want those. They could do something with them, possibly, maybe put a pad underneath of them, and then if that stuff's kind of coming off, it really would just be right into the pad, so it wouldn't matter. But I'm going to bring this down, see if Goodwill wants them. I have a couple other things, a couple old frying pans. I think we have like 6 frying pans here, and we need 2 at the most. Take those down to Goodwill and see if they want those. And if they don't, the dump is on the way out of town, and I'll unfortunately have to throw them into the dump. I think somebody may want them though. So we'll see if Goodwill will take them, and maybe I'll check the movie section at Goodwill while we're down there. And then if I'm in town, I'm going to have to stop in Pudgy's in the beer cave and see what they got down there. Maybe a nice hazy IPA or something else, or maybe even just one big 19-ounce can would be good. But I'll be going right past it because Goodwill was stone's throw away from Pudgy's. So that's it for today. I do have a thing for the Blue Pot Cafe, and I do have something else to put up there. A couple old licenses, one from, I think, 1943, and my black bear tag, or my bear tag from 1986. Yeah, first year the cabin had the bear tag, came up for bear, and was senior, and there was nothing. That cabin looked just, it was just an empty shell. There wasn't even any insulation in it. We had a couple kerosene heaters for heat, and that was it. So no, nobody got a bear. I did see a very unusual deer, of course, that when we were up next week for deer, I didn't see, but it was I think it was a 6-point. One side was the normal deer, but the other side was actually down and around and under the eye, kind of like almost, for some reason, it grew down and around, almost like what you would think a ram would look like. Very unusual. Of course, that was bear season, and what could I do except watch it and wonder, like, wow, that thing is very interesting. So that will be going up there, and the license came from Justin from Delco, like with that Evercom yesterday, so we'll be giving a shout out to him too. Hey, these two goobers, Mike and Steve, just turned 50 or turning 50 this year. You want to send them something, send an email to my address below, and I'll give you my P.O. box. Send them something, gag, gift, booze, whatever. Stick around for a little bit more, and we'll have some leftovers tonight, and possibly maybe a pipe on the deck here. I think I'm going to try to spend some time on the deck, a little bit more time on the deck here, and we'll see what the weather's going to do. Cloudy this morning, and it's supposed to get nice. Now, coming out of Pudgy's, going over to the Cherokee, look, what do we got here? Oh, is that one of them ducks? I thought they only did this to, like, Jeeps. Huh. Oh, look at this thing. Here we are over in the blue pot, so you know what that means. I received a challenge coin from gentleman Bill, that is retiring from the post office after 36 years. And sent a few notes back and forth. So I had 36 years with Verizon, and he had 36 years with the post office, and it's getting more and more difficult, I think, for people to stay in one job for that long. Props to him for hanging in there, and enjoy your retirement. I think he's going to go on and help a farmer where he hunts, and do some chores around the farm as a kind of a part-time job, kind of a payback for allowing him to hunt and then keeping him busy, etc. But nice postal service coin. He was a postal security officer. And let's take a look at the coin. Here's the coin. And again, Bill was a postal inspector, 36 years with the Postal Service and Inspection Service. Nice looking coin. And of course, funny thing happened when he sent it. He sent it priority. And of course, it was a day late. Hey, that's the Postal Service for you. No big deal. But I thought that was kind of funny, so I am going to put that up over here. And let's take a look at this 11-point buck that Bill got. And he said it is a product of the genetics on the Iowa-Missouri border. You can see this is a beautiful, beautiful looking deer. Bill admires us for going out here, giving it a try, and having fun and enjoying camp. And even if that means you don't get a deer, I think he kind of says, hey, good for us for going and having a great time, and if we get one, we get one, and if we don't, we still have a great time. Got a spot for it right here. There we are. Thank you very much, Bill. Much appreciated, and best of luck to you this year. Hey, we're going to take a look at a couple things. Justin from Delco sent me, I mentioned this yesterday, the Evercom. And you saw that, I put that down on the licking branch down there. He also sent a book back from the front that I'm going to keep up here and read while I'm here. And it's about soldiers that returned from the Civil War and had a camp that was where current the Schuylkill Expressway is, right next to Philadelphia Country Club. And going to go ahead and read this. And this is where they kind of transition from soldiers back into citizens again. And like I said, I'm going to keep this here and read this while I'm up here. And Justin, appreciate that. He also sent me this, and I put it in the shadow box. The orange or apricot color. That's a license from 1945, Pennsylvania license. It was I think a neighbor of his dad's. And we'll go along with a couple of the other ones that I received, and they both have Senior and I's birth year on them, 49, 57. But this one was from 45. And again, that's my bear license from 1986. And I told you that story about being up here, bear season, and the cat's first year of the cabin, basically an empty shell. Some bunk beds, I think, were in here, and that was about it. There wasn't much here. No walls, no cedar shingles, no nothing. Even the roof was open and everything, as far as all the way up to the roof. You could see the rafters in there. So I'm going to put this one up. I think right here, and that'll go nice between Senior and I's bucks. Now there it is, Justin, up between the deer and with the others over here. Nice spot for that. Oh, nice little fawn out there. I think I can still see the spots. They should be disappearing soon. And I know the doe is right off to the right. I'm going to go for a little leftovers tonight. Have the Brussels sprouts frying up over here in some of that black truffle butter. Just going to get the coolness off of those game hens. A little tomato over here. I think I'll throw these green beans in the pan here in about a couple minutes also. A little leftovers, and I think we're going to eat out on the deck this afternoon. Oh yeah, there's a good plate of food right there, huh? Let's sit out here. Out on the deck here. Eat party style. Why not, right? So I'll go ahead and sit here, have some dinner. Found a little spot of shade out here. As long as I sit back like this, I may get one more plate to put underneath of that to give it a little support. Just eat her up. So you don't need to see that. I will see you when I'm done. Hey, it's pipe night. As we get closer to fall, I know some people call September 1st fall. I don't. I wait till the official fall date, so deeper into the month. But pulled out the Peterson's Dracula pipe. Figured that was fitting. But I have a summer blend in it here, peaches and cream or peach cream. Just kind of grabbed that one off the shelf. Didn't look around too much, just saw the peach and grabbed it. So I am going to kick back here, Pudgy's today. One beer I've picked up, one 19-ounce Voodoo Ranger. You've seen me have them plenty of times. New Belgium. I think they do a good job at it. Good leftover dinner. Nice and easy. You already have the grill covered up and put away, and so it's nice, easy cleanup. I'm getting ready to shoot out of here tomorrow morning. Good trip. And again, congratulations to Jim and Amy on their wedding. Started off the trip, and then we got into doing a few things up here. So I had some successes, had some failures, and dealt with it. That's life. But one good thing is, hey, let me come over and show you this. I saw when I was packing the shed up, and I actually took the flags down already. So let me show you this. If I can find it here in my pocket. This looks familiar, doesn't it? And here it is. Yes, that is a very small acorn. But glad to see this, and hopefully this will mean many more to come. And when many, I mean thousands upon thousands of acorns. As I mentioned before, when we did the cutting, we told them to leave some oak trees. And especially on this lot and that lot, there's still a ton of oak left. And even up here, there's oaks, and we did nothing in front of the cabin as far as cutting, so there's plenty of oaks up there too. And that's where that's before 30 plus years ago. That's when they actually logged this down this way, but they had left the oaks up here, so there's a lot of big oaks out in front. Purposely told them not to touch any of those. Would have liked to get that chair in the stand, but I talked to Sean and Mike, and I think they'll give me a hand trying to get that in. Unfortunately, the day before the season starts. Good old Black Friday will be up. We'll see. Cook has some medical issues with a foot. He needs to get a bone fixed in his foot, and he's says he doesn't want to be up here hobbling around, and we told him, look, stay in the cabin and start popping IPAs at 10 o'clock in the morning. You're not going to go hunting. Who cares what you do? Just don't make a bunch of noise up here. So we're hoping that he comes up, but if he's MIA, that is the reason. A little bone issue in the foot that really needed to be corrected. I saw x-ray of it, and definitely needs to be corrected. Well, I think I'll kick back here and certainly stay out here a bit. I was thinking about the campfire, but campfire is one of those things. It's not quite as fun when you're here by yourself. I've certainly done it before, but not quite as fun when you're not sitting around with your buddies telling stories and etc. So I think I'll sit here on the deck, enjoy this Peterson and the peach cream. And relax a little bit. I think I'm going to check out a John Wayne movie tonight, The Searchers. That's one of his best ones as far as I'm concerned. Fantastic cinematography with that movie, if you've seen it. I was in Goodwill today. I did drop those rugs off at Goodwill. Saw The Searchers in there, and I said, yeah, I think I may have to watch that one tonight. And then finish it up with a little something. I'm not sure yet. Probably some type of little comedy at the end there. But I will be jetting out of Wellsboro tomorrow morning, and you'll probably see me down in Dunkin' Donuts for maybe a little talk about 9/11, which is tomorrow, and the anniversary of that. And I know it's I think it's a holiday. I'm pretty sure it's a holiday, and well, I'll be heading back tomorrow, and hopefully I'll get this video up maybe the beginning of next week. So I will catch everybody in the morning. Of course, if I see a bear, a deer, a fox, Bigfoot, I'll let you know. I finished off the peaches and cream, or peach cream, and in the Peterson Dracula, and lit up a what is this, Sweet Jane, a leather rose from Deadwood Cigars. Figured why not. It's about 6 o'clock now. A little bit too early to start watching TV, so I figured grab a sweatshirt and sit out here a little bit more. And again, I want to apologize for not putting as many videos up this year as I did last year. I know I'd had like 6 or 7 cabin videos, but this year just kind of turned out that way. One, price of gas and everything, and we're talking 650-mile round trip. You know, it's a little bit of gas to get up here. That and the weather, of course. I talked about the weather before. I looked to come up, and I see rain in the forecast for 5-6 days in a row, and don't want to drive that far to come up and sit in the cabin and watch TV. Maybe get a couple things done here or there, but to not be able to do what I wanted to do. And one of the things, sit out here, which is great. I mean, sitting out here having a beer, and this is just about going. I've been nursing this. A few ounces left, but sitting out here is you know, really nice. I kind of looked you know, through July and into the first couple week of August or so, and just the weather just wasn't right. Now our way, dry as can be. Just had a conversation with my wife this morning about how dry it was, and her flowers are hurting out there just because we're not getting any rain down that way. A couple things came up in August, or one is our anniversary. My wife and I have been married for 40 years, and here's a shot of us a long time ago before we were married, and just wanted to throw this one in there, show you that it was our 40th anniversary, and that's a big one, so I didn't want to be away. And the other is the anniversary of losing George last year, which hit us both hard. But we have 3 new cats to keep us busy. Andrew here, and Missy, and our newest one, Mittens. And not sure if we'll change that name or not. I like Mittens, but I don't know if my wife likes it or not. But you know, they're special cats too, and they all have a place. Andrew is sort of my buddy. Missy is my wife's buddy, and Mittens is kind of both of ours. I think she hasn't figured out what she wants to do yet. The pecking order, she hasn't figured that one out yet. So, yeah, I hope to get up maybe a little bit more next year. Maybe gas prices will stabilize. I know they're coming down a little bit now, which is nice, but this is kind of what happens each year. Fall, less driving, less demand, and the gas price goes down. And Leather Rose, that's a good one too. I do like the Deadwood, the 5 girls. I think they have 5 now, and it's a pretty good cigar. If you like the sweet tip, if you like the sort of some mixture of a little bit of pipe tobacco in there, good cigar. So I think I'm going to finally kill off this nursing this for the last hour here. Boy, I'm a big drinker. And go get another one and have that, and then get in there and start watching something about it an hour from now. There's some deer on the front lawn as I'm going out, and that part I have on the Jeep, they show up as 3 yellow squares. That's pretty interesting. Keep me safe this morning. One of the deer are out. Looks like a doe and a couple fawns over there. Don't mean to disturb you. Keep eating. Well, that was a good trip. It is the morning of September 11th. I'm on Route 15 north of Williamsport right now, doing about 73. I'll probably get passed by a mom in a minivan. It never seems like I'm driving the fastest like I always did before. I always seem to be out in front, but since I've retired, I think I've slowed down a little bit. Maybe it's the age too. And of course, I am going 3 miles over the speed limit, and right now I don't want to go any faster because the gas mileage starts going way down too. So it's nice to know you don't have to be at a certain spot at a certain time anymore, and I think that helps you. Just when you get there, you get there. So again, a morning of September 11th, and I've mentioned the story before that working for Verizon, I was up in New York City shortly thereafter, September 11th, when the towers fell and the attacks on Washington and the plane that went down out in Pennsylvania. But it was very, very sad and a sight that I don't think I'll ever forget. Seeing candles lit for the people that perished, their pictures up on big boards to know if anybody found them. If you see this person, please call. And it's just very, very, very sad. I know the country came together. Unfortunately, it brought on a couple wars that I don't know if one was really necessary or not, but that's my personal opinion. And more people perished, of course. But it did bring the country together, and flags flew. It seemed like everybody had a flag on their car. They had a flag out front, ribbons, and unfortunately, over time, that has faded. And I hope it doesn't take another circumstance like that to have to bring us together again. I wish we were a little bit more like we were then. I mean, it's not a political thing, it's love of the country. So hopefully it will people will just see, even though this was a country started by flawed men, but they had the right idea. And I think it's the greatest country on earth. Well, with that, I will leave you, and probably, I don't know if I'm going to have another video in before our North Carolina trip. I'm not sure. We'll see. I have one in mind. We'll see if I can get it done or not. But till then, this is Whitebrook 85 on the morning of September 11th, 7:37. I'll catch you next time.